let's come to the NHS. Lots of rhetoric yesterday about you, the Labour Party, being the healers of the NHS, getting it off its knees. You talked about the last Labour government getting waiting times down to the lowest ever number of people waiting. What's that figure?
Oh, I don't know the figure of the last Labour government off the top of my head.
You
what
used
I do
it in
know,
speech. You said they got them down to the lowest ever.
I think, Beth, you've seen the graph as well as everybody else. That number came right down.
It's 2.3
Nobody
million.
disputes that.
It's 2.3 million.
It's 7.7 million now. So huge difference.
And you've made a policy about this. It was 2.3 million. My question to you is, can you promise voters now that you'll match that achievement of the last Labour government by the end of your first Labour term, should you win?
I am determined to do what the last Labour government did, which is to bring those waiting lists down.
Final question. Last week, the Prime Minister told me nobody wants an election right now. Is he right?
No, he's completely wrong about that. What he really meant was he's not happy to go to the electorate because he thinks he will lose. I think he said last week something that I agree with, which is that the last few years have been the wrong decisions and we need change. I say spot on. Let the country decide the change that it needs. That can be done through a general election.
After this conference, do you think he'll lose as well?
We have been laser focused on taking our party from the worst general election defeat since 1935 to a Labour victory. That has been hard work, vindicated by the position we're now in. But as I've said to all of my team, we've got to step up again, we've got to be exceptional. Every vote has to be earned, and we will continue down the journey of earning those votes.
Sir Keir Starmer, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And live to Liverpool, and Beth Rigby joins me now. So, Beth, fighting talk from Sir Keir Starmer there, both in terms of policy and himself. What did you make of him? Is this a Prime Minister in waiting?
Well, I think the first thing to say, and we'll run out more of that interview later in some of the news hours tonight, but he was very relaxed and relieved when I met him this morning. The glitter was dusted off his shoulders, but he was really basking in the afterglow, if you like, of a speech that he clearly thought went well, and he was very confident. Interestingly, in that interview, in terms of an election, he will not kind of say that he thinks he's going to win. He's nervous about that. But I think if you reverse what he said about Rishi Sunak saying he won't call an election because he thinks he's going to lose, the logical place you go with that is Sir Keir Starmer clearly thinks he is going to win. He's quietly confident that Labour have got this. And in the interview, he talked about having earned the right to be heard by the British public. That was definitely what he was going for in this conference, and he comes out of that thinking he was successful. The other thing I would say is he's been so careful on what he will commit on policy. He talked in his speech about the last Labour government under Tony Blair and then Gordon Brown getting waiting lists to their lowest levels on record. I was quite surprised that he recommitted to that in the next Parliament should he win. Labour have said they wanted to cut waiting lists, but he went further there, saying that he wanted to get it back to levels of 2009. That was when it was 2.3 million. So a pledge there from Keir Starmer to go further than perhaps he's committed before, saying that he wants to cut waiting lists by 5 million over the course of the next Parliament should he become Prime Minister. So this is a Labour leader, I would say, leaving Liverpool thinking it's job done, and now he's got to make his argument to the country.